And I'm going to get you kicked off today with a quick look at one of the functions you'll probably be using the most. So let's get you pumped up for Flex. All right, here we are in the dashboard. Once you log into Flex, this is the spot you will go to as your dashboard. We're going to do searches today. We're just going to do a couple of quick searches and take a look at some listings. So I'm going to go to quick search. You'll find there are a number of ways to search for things in Flex, but today we're just going to use the quick search. So I'm going to click on quick search. It's going to come up to default to the residential search. That's because that's what I did last. This is a good time to talk about changes in terminology. You're going to see a number of changes in terminology when we switch to Flex. And part of the reason for that is with Flex, we are switching, during the switch to Flex, we're also switching to be RESO compliant. That is RESO, the Real Estate Standards Organization. So we're going to align our terminology with the RESO terminology that most of the rest of the industry is using, or at least most of the rest of the industry aligns to in some form or fashion. All right, I pulled up. I'm in the residential search. It says there are 1,706 listings mapped. I'm going to click View Map. For now, you're going to see a little window at the bottom that says 27 listings are unmapped. We'll talk about that on another time. For now, you just click Dismiss, and we're going to ignore that for the moment. The first terminology change you'll see is in the listing types. Residential, that's very obvious. It's residential, just like it was. But your other search types, your other property or listing types, residential income, that's a little different term. That's what we currently call multifamily. Land, commercial sale, commercial lease, those are all the same terms we've used before. But then we get to residential lease. Residential lease is rental property. That's where we would put our rental property in. And then we have farm. We don't currently have package property. That's coming in a different format. We'll talk about that in another video because that deserves a video of its own. But for now, I'm just going to search residential. And I'm going to come down and say, I also want to search for price. And I just got a text. I'm pretty excited about this from a friend of mine who wants to buy a house between 200 and 225, 200,000 to 225,000. And so Flex goes through, and as I'm typing in, it refreshes that search. Again, I just click Dismiss on that window. And it gave me a whole bunch of listings to look at. So I'm going to zoom in here on Northridge and just take a look at some of these. All right. Let's go look at a couple of houses. I'm just going to click on one. It's going to pull up the little preview window just as it used to do in Rapatoni, except this is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to give us quite as much information, but it is going to give us the option to select if we want to add it to it's not really a cart, but it's sort of a cart if you want to add it to a list of properties that you might want to share. Or you can just click the listing number. One of the things I do love about this is it shows the last several listings, so you can quickly see what's happened to it. This house has been listed 3 times within the last year. It was canceled twice, and now they've got it active. In fact, it's raised the price. So let's go take a look at this house. It gives you just a little bit of insight into the history of the property, and I like that. Pulls up the listing page for the house. Of course, this is going to have all the listing information that you might want. One of the things I love about this too is that it opens in a new tab. You can see I still have my search window back over here, and I've still got that house currently clicked on. But now it opens up that house. So if you're clicking on a bunch of houses, it's going to automatically open them in separate tabs for you. But let's say I want to share this particular house with a friend of mine. I'm going to, well, I should stay clicked on it. I'm going to click on it again. I'm just going to click Share. I can share it to Facebook. I can share it via email, text, Twitter, or something called a permalink. A permalink is a unique URL. That's the one I like to use because it allows me to share it then via text. I can share it directly from my email instead of emailing it out to someone. I could put it in a document. If I was going to send someone a document, I could put a permalink in there. So I'm going to copy that permalink. Just for the sake of showing you what this looks like, I'm going to open an incognito mode tab. It's not important that you know what that is. That has nothing to do with Flex. That's just a browser option that allows me to go in and open a browser window that has no history of what I've done on my computer, so it doesn't see me as logged in. So that way when I share this link, it's going to share out and show the person that I send it to a quick little portal. I don't want it to know my location. So we got a quick look at the house. They can look at the pictures. This is a lot prettier than what we can share from links. I like this a lot better. And then of course, click contact me. It's got my information. This is a test user, so it's not my real information, but you can take a quick look at that. You can also share groups of houses. Anyway, that is just a quick look for you at searching houses in Flex. And just a little heads up on, we're going to see lots of terminology changes. You'll get used to them. It's not a big change, but you do sometimes have to stop and scratch your head and think about it a little bit. See you in another video soon.